Sorry for this being a week old, but we got to make a video on how to win a World Tour Classic, because wow, this could be the hardest one, or one of the hardest ones I've seen power data wise. Obviously Flanders and stuff is probably pretty similar, but a little bit longer. 5 hours 21, normalized 395. Wow, that is so many. Average 320 watts. You know, like that is a crazy watts to be outputting for 5.5 hours. Some of the numbers down here as well, very impressive. So let's get into the file and let's have a look. I'd actually say one of the most interesting things was that his peak 5 minutes was the first time up the main climb. So Montreal basically has one big climb and then a couple kickers. That's the finish line one, and that's another one. But yeah, literally from the gun, the guy is just sprinting. I assume it was neutral, and then they stopped and then they started again. And did 513 watts for 5 minutes. I don't know what actually happened. I haven't watched that part of the race, but still, like, that is mad. 582 watts for 2 minutes. Like, whoa, that's so many. So that's actually not something you see normal, especially the guy who won it. Maybe you'd see it for the guy trying to get in the break, but not for someone to win it. So that was kind of actually one of the most interesting things. The other thing that's kind of mad is, like, he just has some of these laps where it's just like 452 watts, and it goes really hard. So you can see some of these in like ones not too crazy, 390, like nothing mad. But yeah, some of them are seriously impressive. Just like halfway through, just bangs out like 500 watts. But you can see like this one here, it's like 100k in, 490 watts, no worries. But yeah, he's repping these 430s, 490s, 500 here. It starts to get harder. You can see like towards the end of the race, 500 watts as well. And I think this one is where it goes, the next one it goes crazy, 534 watts, full launch. You can see he's like doing like 1,000 watts. That's when he actually first attacked to get away. And then this time up, it was only 490 watts. I'm pretty sure Pog launched on this lap. But yeah, so like, you can see he just spends a lot of time at 500 watts. I think the other thing to think about this course is that actually it's not that easy in between. You know, there's still these kickers where you're going to have to do a lot of power. So yeah, it's like interesting to see that actually his best powers, some of them were early on. If we look at his peak half an hour power, this was at the end, 408 watts, normalized 460. The normalized of these are crazy. We're going to change this to peak normalized. 1 hour, 440 watts. So not quite the last hour exactly, because obviously this is downhill and he was on Pog's wheel, but still like 440 normalized, and the lead-in was 4,500 kJs, which is so many. But even here, like 3 hours 410, I mean, the whole event is just absolutely mad. Like the numbers, you kind of can't really get your head around. Like doing an average of 430 watts just in, like, this isn't, okay, it's pretty smooth, there's not that much, but you still see it's like normalized 470, it's like still not that smooth. And it's just the ability to like ride 480 watts like from here, no worries. Like that was after literally like 20 minutes before he's doing, or less than 20 minutes before he's doing 530 watts. So the whole thing is just crazy ability to go over threshold and just repeat it. So yeah, like, and even the middle parts, they're not that easy either. 325 watt average, 400 normalized. Like it just was a really hard race. I think what's also interesting often is to actually look at the average speed. Like, did this race slow down or speed up? So the first part is a bit slow, it's 39k an hour. The middle part, 41k an hour. Obviously, I'm not selecting perfect parts. And then maybe like the last bit, 42k an hour. So you can see like it is it's getting a little bit quicker. The race for sure, which is got pretty standard in pro racing, but it's not like full crazy, which goes to show it's just a hard day out all around. And yeah, how hard is it on Pog's wheel? Actually, not that hard. Like he only did 360 for the last 18 minutes. So obviously this is like, you know, including some downhill parts and whatever, but it's not full crazy on Pog's wheel. So maybe that's to be expected. They did still do like 400 watts for the last minute, or 450. Like it's not, I don't know, it looked easier on TV, but I guess 450 is like over like threshold, so it's like actually not that difficult. But yeah, that's kind of just like how crazy numbers are. Not many files like this really. Just the ability to do the big numbers at the end of the race is something you just still can't get your head around massively. And also the fact that like these numbers here, like he's still pedaling between, it's not like he's just going up and down, like between the lap, again 422 normalized, 380 watts, like he's still riding a lot, which I think is what makes it more and more crazy. Like if we had kind of the W barrel or like any way of showing his like anaerobic capacity, it would just be like in his W prime, you just see it like empty recharge just constantly over this thing, and it'll be pretty interesting to see. But yeah, anything else to really go through? 25 watt distribution. Spent most time except pedaling at 425 to 450 watts. It's pretty crazy. Not crazy, like a decent amount spent down here, to be honest, but just more crazy how much time was spent around 400 watts. Like that is actually so much time. That's almost an hour at 400 watts, like just in that zone. I mean, it kind of makes sense because like if you look at the normalized, but yeah, it's pretty mad. I don't know if these are right, to be honest, but still pretty crazy all round numbers. And yeah, just mad to see it on Strava. But anyway, cheers for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.